Hi, I'm Anton Simanowitz, and I'm going to introduce you to the SPTF's COVID-19 client interview tool, which has been developed in partnership with Finca International, 60 Decibels, Oiko Credit, and ADA. The tool has been developed to help financial service providers to better understand their clients and to respond to the COVID-19 crisis in a way that understands the different situations that clients face themselves in. We need to recognize that actions such as freezing lending may, in the short term, protect the provider, but it misses opportunities to support clients that are still continuing in business, and it potentially damages the clients. So at the heart of the client interview tool is the ability to do what good community bankers do and to segment your portfolio, to understand that clients are affected in different ways, to identify the risks and opportunities there, and to base your response as a provider on that understanding of the clients, and to understand through understanding your clients the likely impact of the crisis on your organization. So the tool helps you understand how your clients are experiencing the crisis and to identify opportunities to respond. It consists of a set of simple, standardized questions that you can use remotely to interview your clients during the pandemic and in the transition phase as you come out of lockdown. It produces data about who is affected, how they are affected, and how this changes over time as you use the tool every 2 to 4 weeks during the crisis and the period after. It provides you with actionable information for your organization and for your investors. And it's a practical tool that has been designed to be used by non-specialist staff, or it can also be used by an external survey firm. I'll talk in a moment about the details of the tool, but just first to say that there are 3 ways that you can access and use the tool. The first is to download a Word version and to integrate it into your existing client data collection processes. The second is to sign up to the Validator platform, which is hosted by Finca International, which is a cloud-based platform that allows you to upload your data, to collect data through telephone interviews, through using computers or through mobile platforms, and also provides you with support in terms of data cleaning and analysis. The third way to use the tool is by contracting 60 Decibels, an external survey company operating in 35 countries that can help you implement the survey, collect the data, analyze and report on it. The client interview tool is available through the Social Performance Task Force COVID-19 response page on www.sptf.info. This will take you through to a registration page where we ask you to provide your name and organization information, and you can then choose to download the paper version of the tool as a Word document, or to sign up with the Validator cloud platform, either through the online version, which you can use on a laptop or desktop computer, and that can be used with telephone surveys, or you can sign up to the mobile version, which can be used on mobile phones and tablets, etc. I'll now take you through the Validator cloud version of the tool, but the Word version is exactly the same. The initial questions really are just about identifying the person conducting the interview, the name of the customer, checking that they are the customer of the organization, checking that people are willing to talk, etc. The questions then look at the situation of the client and the impact of the coronavirus itself, identifying their concerns, how the situation of the family has changed, and the coping strategies that people have taken. It collects both qualitative answers, so people can give reasons, as well as ticking options. One of the key points that you need to think about is the income of your clients and how that's been affected, and recognizing that it's not just one source of income, say the business, but actually many households have multiple sources of income. So the survey looks at two different sources of income, identifying the details of exactly where that income is coming from, whether it's employment, self-employment. So there's general sector, subsector, and then a set of very detailed questions about the exact nature of the business or the exact nature of the income. This set of information can be customized for your own organization if you have particular categories that you use in your MIS. We then look at how that income source has been affected and ask for explanations behind why changes are occurring. We then look at the second source of income, same sort of questions, how that's changed, and then look at livestock and farming for the people's own consumption. So this is not for cash income, but recognizing that for many families, growing crops or livestock for own consumption is really important. There's some questions about access to financial services, and then a really important question is the question around changes to food consumption, because food is one of the really sensitive indicators to financial stress. So if people are experiencing financial stress, very often you'll see changes in food consumption. So there's a set of questions that look at, for example, decreased consumption of food like meat, number of meals, going hungry, etc. And then finally, the last questions just look at the overall experience with the COVID situation, the extent to which people are worried, what your provider might do that could be helpful, what other people, what other agencies are doing. And then there's some identifiers like where the location, age. There's an option of including PPI information if that's something your organization captures. And then finally, there's an open-ended question in terms of, is there anything else that people want to talk about that's they're being affected by? So I've talked about the three ways in which you can download and use the tool. Let me go into a little bit more detail. The Validator platform provides you with your own private account on the Validator platform. The data is owned and controlled by you. And essentially what it does, it allows you to upload your data and get real-time data quality control so that there are inbuilt checks within the system that will let you know if there are mistakes in the data that you're submitting. The data can be exported to Excel, and we will be providing a standard dashboard and visualizations that will allow you to analyze and present the data. This is not very, very detailed, but will provide the basic information that most organizations would want. So the platform, as I say, is managed by Finca, and Finca will provide virtual onboarding to organizations, basic training and support. And the platform is free of charge to SPTF members. Although if you want to customize it, for example, with additional questions or languages that are not supported, a fee will have to be paid for that. The tool is available in English, Spanish, and French. The second option is to contract 60 decibels, which is a specialized survey company which has experience in voice-based data collection for social businesses. They operate in 35 questions with enumerators speaking local languages, and they are able to manage the full process of data collection, cleaning, analysis, and reporting. And that includes much more detailed segmentation, detailed reporting. And they will do that for a fee which includes 3 rounds of data collection. So as I highlighted earlier, it's important to really track the changes over time because the crisis is evolving, and it's really useful to track how things are changing over time. The third option, as I mentioned before, is that you can download the tool as a Word document and you can integrate that into existing data collection processes and use and modify the questions as you desire. If you choose to contract 60 decibels, their service includes detailed segmentation analysis and reporting, and also the data will feed into a global dashboard, and that will allow for benchmarking and comparisons across organizations and across countries. The validator platform, as I say, provides an export to a simple Excel dashboard for visualizations and analysis, and you can also obviously download that information and do more detailed analysis yourself. Anonymized data from the validator platform will be shared on the global platform managed by 60 decibels unless you decide to opt out from that. And the SPTF will be providing some limited support through a help desk function. As I highlighted, the aim of this survey is to provide you with actionable insights. So one of the key areas to think about is to recognize that not all clients are affected by the crisis in the same way. Some will be struggling and require more attention. Some income sources are more affected than others. Some clients have continuing need for credit for investment in their business or access to other financial services. And the sort of analysis that you might be able to do is exampled here with one where we look at the ability of clients to pay for essential needs with their current income sources. So we see around half can support themselves for 2 weeks to a month in their current situation. The next graph looks at main source of income, and that highlights the point I made before, that for many people it's not just that they have income from a business that may be supported by your loan, but they have other income sources, and recognizing that the extent to which the business is the main income source or whether other income sources are there is really important in terms of recognizing the potential impact of the crisis on people's ability to repay. Another possible analysis you may want to do is to look at the continuing need for financial services and credit, segmenting here by the type of business and recognizing that some businesses, such as room rentals in this case, are still functioning very well and may need access to credit, whereas others, such as tailoring and sewing, had almost been completely stopped and would either not require further loan and may struggle to repay. Using this segmentation information, this organization has looked at the potential impact on the portfolio, recognizing that clients which either are not in business or have other income sources and that are the main income sources that have not been affected have low impact from the coronavirus and will be in a good position to repay, whereas clients that are in business and the business accounts for significant part of their income and that business has been severely damaged are going to have much higher impact from the coronavirus and will be in a more vulnerable situation in terms of repayment. So finally, I want to highlight that there are grant finance available to support you in terms of implementing this client interview tool. The Social Performance Task Force manages the responsible inclusive finance facilities that support organizations in sub-Saharan Africa and MENA regions, Central America and the Caribbean, and Southeast Asia. And co-financing is available for up to 50 to 80% of project budget, and that can cover any aspect of implementing this client interview tool, whether that would be employee training, data collection processes, data analysis, hiring an external company to support you. The application process for this has been simplified, and applications are being accepted on a rolling basis, and decisions will be made within 2 weeks. So if you're interested in applying for these funds, please go to the Social Performance Task Force website, info@sptf.info. sptf.info. Click on the resources link, and you will see the sites for each of those regions. If you're a partner of RegMIFA, the Regional Investment Fund for Sub-Saharan Africa, funds are also available to support partner organizations in Africa to implement the client tool, either again through the validator platform or through contracting 60 decibels. So for more information about that, please contact Sophia at the email address shown on this slide. Finally, I want to highlight that the SPTF will be contacting and engaging with FSPs to understand how you are using the tool, and particularly understanding the actions that organizations are taking in response to data collected and how that information can be useful in terms of supporting clients in different ways and in terms of the impact on your organization. So please do feel free to get in touch if you have any questions about the tool or funding arrangements for this. And if you have experience to share in terms of the insights you've gathered from your clients and the actions that you've taken, please do get in touch with that as well. Thanks so much, and good luck.